I think we're going to do a story about snow foxes. Okay. DJ Mittens, if you can draw Scooby, you can draw a wolf. I think a wolf would be offended by that, or Scooby would be offended by it. Alright. You guys are making me feel so good, so loved. Okay. Ask me, am I drawing, penciling? No, it's a H. Am I pressing down hard? It's a HB pencil, so it's gonna give me a pretty dark line, and that's why I use a softer pencil, so I don't put too much pressure on my fingers and stuff. It's alright. I even have like tape indicators where I can draw, and I still messed it up. I'm very relaxed. How are you guys doing today? Okay. One question: when drawing facial features of different races, how do you plan or sculpt the face accordingly? I guess one would be stereotyping by drawing different races with different shortcuts. So it's interesting in this sort of day and age how to speak to that without sounding or coming off prejudicial or simplifying in a way that seems insensitive, right? So yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I can answer it effectively in a way that would be, like I said, sensitive to the culture that we live in today. You know, for me to even say like, oh well, you know, Asians, I always give them black hair, would be that's horribly racist of you to say that, generalize, blah blah blah. Obviously, I'm exaggerating and using that as a way to kind of poke fun at it, but you can see kind of the complexities of the conversation that would arise out of talking about different races. Okay, got it. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Demon Girl, Twitch chat and discussing race. What could go wrong? You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Kelsey's so wise. You know, all my children have different characteristics, of course. Different things they excel at. Kelsey is marked by wisdom. She would probably hate that I would say that. It's like, I hate being wise. It's a burden. I get it. You want a shot at actually bidding correctly instead of being randomly giving it away. Got it. Got it. Got it. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. I know what you guys are doing. Sure, I'm gonna go for it. I'm committing. Committing. tied into the stream. It supplements the stream, and you get a lot of people participate and use it as a resource. If you sub, you get access to more channels, blah, blah, blah. And I usually post up the artwork there first, and then it shows up on my Insta later. Twitter. Axis 1970. It doesn't feel better. It's the absence of pain. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. It's this very annoying kind of constant thing I had going on. I still feel it somewhat at times, but the drawing does help kind of make it go away a little bit. Actually a thing now, which is art as physical therapy, right? Just drawing art to make you feel happier or physically better. A lot of things happen to the brain when you're in a creative state. Chemicals are released, parts of the brain are stimulated, etc., etc. Got it. Got it. Good to know that it being good to know. I was just changing oil and watching earlier. Okay. Well, now I was super excited. You will now be known as the Wolfpack. M Mills 11. I'm laying in bed watching this when I should be sleeping. Think about it this way. You got 6 whole days to sleep. I'll be back on Sunday. I have to say I'm enjoying myself. This is having fun drawing this character. It reflects the two styles in a way that I kind of like, but then people don't like it. You'll see. Mixed results. Used to drawing at a certain size resolution, so I would just encourage you to, if you're having real trouble, you can. Is that because I think artists rely on sort of symbols or very similar kinds of right? So I don't want to draw all my Asian characters to look the same. Same with my African American characters. Same with any character. Sometimes people say, well, all your characters look the same, just different hair colors. And that's a very common thing that happens to artists because we're drawing quickly and using symbols and generalizing. So, yeah, so I try to be aware of that stuff and certainly, look more unique. And I do think about it in general, like even like drawing wolf. Okay, this form is super long, so I gotta bring it in a little bit. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Nice to know that I had this blade here. Screwed that up. Looks like there's some chevrons here. 1, 2. Kind of cool. This looks sick. Thank you very much, man. It's actually a very, very famous character. You should check out the movie if you have a chance. Your credit's good with me, Crispy. That's actually pretty smart. I thought about that just for like original art, a way to disrupt it, right? Um, they've used it to drive, right? So I think they do the same thing with art because you get tired of the art that's on your wall, so they continually replenish it. It's kind of the renting to enjoy model, I guess. Is that what Jay Leno and Jerry Seinfeld do? No, this is what people on normal budgets do. Those guys own all that stuff. That's the way. I just realized this. The reference isn't consistent. I have some pieces up on my wall here. They were gifted to me by Al Williamson. Right, they're not any images that any of you guys would recognize as being like the key Al Williamson art, but it's just I've gotten to meet him and but you know, so they might have material value, but nothing beats a dedicated piece of art that the artist kind of gives you um, unsolicited. Credit card. I'm like, Visa, like, what are you with? Ice? Like, what are your papillas? All right. Mm, it's big spurts of activity and kind of freezes up. Oh, the illest. Quick draw 13. Head into bed. Been a tough month, but thanks for brightening up my day with some awesome art. Easy, Jamie. I remember what I think if it's tied to, I think it's your grandmother's passing. So, hang in there. How long do you draw a day? Says Groovy Job. I draw till I finish the assignment. If I could finally, covers take anywhere from 4 to 12 hours. Internal pages probably take 6 to 14 hours. So that's kind of how many hours I draw if my intent is to finish a page. Does that make sense? KB Bradshaw, I need to sleep, but I have to know how much the horse wolf goes for. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do the silent bid auction for. Yeah, so let's take care of that. The Dodgers are playing. Ooh, how are they doing? Did that pitcher throw a no-hitter the other day? I got the alert that was the Braves pitcher? Somebody. Oh no, they're throwing the no-hitter against the Padres, I think. Padres are one of the few teams that still have not pitched a no-hitter, but I've seen no-hitters be pitched against them. Oh, it's terrible. But once you get past 90 pitches, a lot of pitchers start losing velocity and locate accuracy, so it makes it that much harder for them to complete. You got to be very economical with your pitches to do that, pitch a whole game. Obviously, I didn't clean this brush, so it's kind of frozen in this weird shape, so I'm using it to my advantage now, or trying to. Get these kind of leafy kind of shapes. Are you guys going to send me the link in the Discord chat mod channel so I can look at that? Running that. I think people wanted a bid on the wolf one. This we're not bidding on this one. This will be after I'm done. I think you have to also give me access. I couldn't access it through my email account. Specifically, Superhero Swimmer was upset that I was just going to give it away to anyone in chat. He felt that would decrease his abilities to actually win that piece. So, but most of them freebies. Trying to help out Clayton. Good luck, Clayton. All right, I'll go check. If a mod can message me in the mod channel, it will either be free or to a certain level of subscriber. I don't know. Every week it changes, so I don't know where we're at. Thanks for all the support. The horse abomination. That genetic mutation. Hey, look, it's a fancy signature. Think, and then what would you pay for a Stanley drawing of a wolf abomination? Wow, that's your outer voice talking. I will take that 120 and I will do something positive with it. I'm not sure what. Let me think about it. How many wolves can I do? If I did 100 wolves. And before you slam me too much about it, have you ever seen like those celebrity auctions where they draw things and oh boy, what have I got myself into? Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate your support, dude. I am almost done though. It's 10:36, and I realize it's late, so I'm going to try to finish this up. If you guys want to start the real silent bidding, whatever, for this piece here. Try to get this done here. Now I'm just going to do like a little bit of negative space. So I'm drawing leaves with the black, and then I'm drawing around the white leaves. So I'm using the black as both the positive and negative space, depending on where I am in the piece. I kind of want to hide these guys a little bit, so I'm actually right. Mode only. I'm going to ask you guys to basically emote only underscore lowercase Jim Lee capital MAC. Not now, just wait. And that will be how you enter. That's how basically and so we'll pick a winner for the One Punch Man. See him going through and just sort of beefing up lines. Okay. The only mods I know and the responsibilities very seriously and make sure that someone's always covering. And so we started out with Ren, then Kirihiko entered, and then Crispy just kind of sauntered in. Whatever. So I want to thank them for their help with the auctions and the info and Discord and everything, really. Telling me when I'm mute, when I'm off screen, etc., etc., etc. I want to thank you guys for tuning in after a semi-long hiatus of 2 weeks, I think. You know, I realize that this time is incompatible with a lot of people's schedules, especially on the East Coast. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging in there. And even if you've already taken off, appreciate you guys that did come in. And I know there were a couple other regulars on the West Coast that did not tune in because obviously we're on a much later time than before. But I did have this wedding in Vegas that I had to go to. And okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll for that. 1 second. I say 1 second because once I kind of get into something, I was like, ooh, I don't want to stop with this. Like, have some fun with some of these textures. Okay. I'm going to add more to it, but I'm going to probably stop the stream now. When I say add more to it, I'll probably just kind of clean up the lines a little bit, add a couple pencil lines. I want to also kind of add some color here, color to the blue part of the dress here. I have to put some white out onto that sword, or not sword. So I'll let those bids come in. And mods, if you can go ahead and give me a place where we're going to go raid. So next week we'll be back at the regular morning stream time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I've had a good time. Tried to do a very kind of mellow stream today. And KB Bradshaw, I will post this up. Probably not tonight, but after I tweak it some more, it'll be in the Discord. Kind of fix the line weights. So here's an example of what I would do. I'll go in and make this line thicker here. But in terms of the drawing, certainly at this viewing distance on Twitch, it'll probably look pretty similar. Not too different. So small little details like that, what I just added that little bit of detail there. And like these teeth here, I probably would make the under one side of them a little thicker. Alright, and then I'm probably going to take some red. This is a .005, or it's a 005, so that's why I have to kind of draw numerous times to kind of get exactly the ink density I'm looking for. And gray. I'll give you guys the full scan here. Let's see if we can. So, for instance, like just little doodads like this.